So last night in London, and I had to drop off a roll of film. So it's in the post office now, or post box. And tomorrow, we're going to France. We have just arrived at Folkestone, which is the beginning of the shuttle to France. We go underneath the channel. It's my first time doing this, so I'm pretty excited. You park the car in a train, and the train goes underneath a tunnel, and then you're in France.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. I think we might have to stamp our passports inside that building over there, so we're gonna go do that now. You absolutely do not need to come into this building. It's a food court with just like information about how the tunnel was built. But we got these plugs, so I think you just get your passports stamped at the entrance to the tunnel. Could be wrong. None of these people have passports. They all have fast food.
Bonjour gang, we have finally arrived in France. Sonia and I are staying 1 hour away from Paris in a small city called Amiens. C'est magnifique. Majority of this video I was shooting the Fuji X100s. I will begin now to review the photos, and I will not criticize my photographs too much. I will enjoy them for what they are, digital work. I'm a fan of digital sometimes because cheaper than film. Merde. 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 All of these are merde. The shot. The three ladies were walking behind me, but I noticed that there would be an opportunity to shoot them with the sun behind them and their shadows cascading down towards the camera. So I stopped and I waited on the path and instructed my wife to do the same, and this is the resulting image. Quite a fan of it. I think the interaction could have been better. I missed a moment where the one lady was handing the other one something in her hand. And I'm also not a fan of the two people all the way at the end. But what can you do? This is Amiens. This is the Notre Dame of Amiens. And this is one of the bridges that was under construction with some graffiti on it. So it's obviously a contrasting juxtaposition between the old and the. Let's go to the next shot.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love.
Sonia and I actually sat down for dinner on our first night at the Rue Saint-Loup, and I was trying to photograph the people around me at my table and seeing how many different compositions I could come up with. None of them were any good, except for this one. I felt like this isn't a correct representation of the scene. This man was actually very, very happy to have the dog, and he even fed the dog a little bit of his peanuts, I think he had, or whatever he had on his table. But the look that he gave this guy at this time, I just was like, that says a lot, and I had to take that photograph. It's a complete misread of the actual scene, which is very interesting to me, because this guy was in no way, shape or form, that pissed off to have that look. They were actually very friendly to each other, so I don't know if that's ruining the photograph, because, but it's exactly how it happened. This guy just needs to work on his friendly faces, I suppose. My tiny human was such a trooper when we were in Amiens. Her schedule of sleep was thrown off by about an hour, so she was up much later than she usually is, and she just enjoyed the whole night. There was a guy playing reggae music behind her, and she was dancing and so content while we ate a very late dinner. What a lovely tiny human we have. The next day, Sonia and I walked along the main canal of Amiens at golden hour just to explore the city a little bit more and see what we could find. I took along my Fuji X100 and I made some shots that I'm pretty happy with overall.
Washed in every shade of green in all the colors. Summer love.
You can see why Amiens is called the Venice of France. The canal draws all life to it. There's people on boats there's people fishing, there's people walking along the canal, and a lot of people even live in between different canals. Have to get on bridges to go to their houses kind of vibe. So it was such a beautiful city to just walk around and soak in, and I'm glad that I shot it both on digital and film.
Place to be and nothing to prove.
I feel like being in France is kind of like igniting this inspiration inside of me that wasn't really there when I was in London. I know in my past couple of videos I've mentioned that I've been feeling a little bit deflated by the work that I've been producing, but I feel the opposite about being in France. There's so many beautiful things to shoot and places to go, so look out for the next couple of videos where I'll be in France. I've already shot about 4 rolls of film just being here. So again, if you do know of a film lab in France, please leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, just let me know what you think. On that note, YouTube's algorithm feeds people videos that have a lot of comments and a lot of likes. So please, do your work. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will see you in the next video where I shoot France on some film. Bonsoir. Mademoiselle, more wine, s'il vous plaît.